everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to the A through Z playthrough. In today's video, we're taking a look at Tassadar. He is currently sitting at a 50.33% win rate, a popularity of 17.59%, and a ban rate of only a measly 1.64%. You may notice that I have quite a lot of time on Tassadar. If we filter by XP, he's in my top 5. It's always so weird seeing Kerrigan in there. Tassadar used to be, I don't know if he ever dethroned Stitches, okay? But he used to be easily in my top 3 favorite characters. A while ago, someone asked me, is there a playstyle that was removed from Heroes that you wish you got back? And at the time, I didn't know what my answer was. I thought about Samuro and his old Illusion Master, and we may have talked about that during his episode. But the Hypercar Tassadar was my favorite way of playing Heroes, hands down. I mean, I still think I would pick Stitches most days of the week, but if I just wanted to log in and have a fun time, I knew who to call on. There was a very popular way of playing Tassadar called the race car Tassadar, where you focused on, used to have a way of going immune to damage, going in between worlds and moving really fast. Well, the hypercar version took that to the next level and basically allowed you to do it twice with rewind. It was insane amounts of mobility, amounts of healing. You were messing up people all of the time with Force Wall, which is now his E ability. This used to be his ultimate. We're looking at a totally different character, and this rework came into play on April 14th, 2020, so fairly recently as far as reworks go. He got a new ultimate ability called the Black Hole, and wow, it just redesigned from the ground up. He's a completely different character. So for me, he went from being this super mobile, super pokey, super annoying to the enemy team character to play. And then now he felt very stationary, very planted. And it took me quite a long time to get used to those changes. However, I do have some tips for you if you want to get into Tassadar. Today we're going to be playing an auto attack version where we're charging up his beam and shooting it at our enemies as best as we can. And I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Tomb of the Spider Queen, the friendly team Tassadar, Azmodan, Johanna, Leoric, and Malfurion. And my goodness, we have a lot of lane clear, and I guess this is the map to have it on. The enemy team, Nazabwa, Blaze, Uther, Deathwing, and Junkrat. At level 1, we're going to go for the Kadarian Amulet. Our Resonance Beam is going to recharge 50% faster. That's our auto attack. Don't look into that too much. After the beam is at 100% charge for 80 seconds, it's then going to chain to 1 additional target. After it charges for 160 seconds, it's going to chain to 2. So we basically have a chain lightning auto attack, which is kind of beautiful, actually. I used to play a lot of Tassadar back in the day. He had my favorite build in the game, the Hypercar. It was when you took Race Car Tassadar and made it even faster. And unfortunately, that no longer exists. But we can get ourselves off to a pretty good start by just channeling pretty early on. I don't really care about too much of anything else. I just need to make sure that this 100 on the left stays there as long as possible. Now, my first few games when I was playing Tassadar, I thought it was really weird that I had to sit still for so long, but then I realized that this charge uptime is actually pretty lenient. So you could do things like move. During my first couple of practice games, I was like, so I just stand here and channel into people and then I win? And that was not the case at all. You still have to reposition, even with some of the early game talents that make you a little bit beefier inside of this form. But I think we'll be... Ooh, we're not going to be just fine. Please help me. Please. Oh, he's shooting things. Oh. So we have 58 seconds of the 100% charge here, and I like to play as aggressive as possible as I can in the early game. That death doesn't really matter to me at all. All I really care about is keeping this thing charged, because the amount of quality of life you get for just completing this quest is really, really high. To the point where, like, similar to Karazim, I don't think it's a big deal if I just disappear from the map for 30 seconds and fight a merc camp really slowly. But middle lane is pushing in, so I can hang out here. Our team should be able to group up and stack the living shit out of this Azmodan, and I should try to be mindful of that. I don't really think I should clear these lanes right away, but I don't have to attack this whole time. Keep that in mind. I just have to attack enough to keep this from fading, which it looks like it just did. At level 4, we're going to go for Plasma Shield. This used to be like a basic ability that Tassadar had, but now it's tied to channeling your auto attack, which is super fucking strange. We do have the ability to place walls like that. Also, our Q ability shoots a straight line damaging nuke towards our adversaries. I have not been using these enough, but we will start to cycle these in a little bit more. Thank you. Just needed to auto attack something. There you can see we're at the threshold, so this is cleaving a little bit. Let's put up a wall here. I don't want to deal with this shit. Try to get a spell going towards him as well. Now, whenever we have this energy built up on the left, we're also generating a shield for ourselves as well, which can certainly help mitigate some burst damage that the enemy team may be throwing out. This doesn't mean that I could sit still and just channel my auto attack. I never really put that together, why Tassadar's just fucking stand still so much when I was playing against him, because I've barely played the character since he was changed. But it's basically this. They're just trying to do this. The enemy team is fighting just above us here. Good Malfurion roots do allow me to get a Q moving in that direction. Did lose my charge, but we'll build it up again. Oh, please don't stun me. You stay back. You stay back. Deathwing rotating into the middle lane here. Well, he can keep my charge running, so can this Nazebo. As they move away, we'll try to get out of that stun. We are not in any of the breath here, so we're totally fine. And remember, as we're channeling on one target, we're also channeling on another in the area as well. So our single target auto attack damage is actually cleave damage. And at the 4-minute mark, we do finish off our quest. I should have walled Nazebo there when he walked up. That was a misplay. We'll start looking for more opportunities like that. Now that my quest is done, I could just rotate with the team and help him get stuff done nice and easy. We are going to... I'm going to actually stand my ground here. No, I'm not. I am going to wall this Nazebo in, though. Good Q there to do a little bit of burst damage. His health barely moving, though. We do have our energy up, so the shield is ticking away, but we can Sippy Cup as well to help subsidize some of that healing. Top lane cleared. Let's rotate down. If we're really fast at our rotations, we won't miss any of this soak. He's moving through the middle here. Let me put a wall. I was going to put it behind him, but I don't think he needs it. I think we're chilling. The Johanna on the front line really helps space out the enemy team quite a lot. Okay, clear this fast, clear it fast, clear it fast. We mount up and then we move. Missed this lane, that's okay. We move back to middle now. We need to keep a certain tempo. If we're letting XP leak, it's more efficient for us to just stay in one lane. You know what I mean? Well, on Uther, I don't think it's going to be enough to kill him, but at least got him moving towards his base where we want him to stay. Big cleave on the minion wave. We have a Nazebo rotating down above us. Good, the wave's cleared. We leave, and we go back to top. Back to top. The friendly team did get the first turn in of the game, and it actually looks like we'll probably hit level 10 as this objective is going on. I am a big fan of Archon. I think the suck ability is just fine too. The vacuum ability at level 10, I think that's totally fine, but usually seems to do better with some of the early game force wall talents like the electric fence. Because I don't have any of those, I'm just going to be looking into holding my ground and trading into enemies, and Archon is super effective at allowing you to do just that. We do see Uther trying to make it out of here. We block his path out, and now look at that, cleaving onto him while also dealing damage to Blaze at the same time. Archon is going to give us a very healthy shield to allow us to stay in these fights for a longer, extended period of time and trade quite well. Falling Sword going down, the wall is up, and Blaze is taken down. Now we rotate to middle lane to hopefully clear this for our Azmodan. The biggest learning curve for this character, I know I've really harped on this a lot, but it's just so different from what I was used to, so I'm probably going to talk about it too much. The biggest change, well, look at that beautiful wall. is just having to maintain a certain amount of energy, and I was putting way too much stress on myself trying to be attacking all the time. And I really, really want to nail down that you just have to do little hit and runs like that and then rotate in between lanes, and then it's totally fine. When you arrive, the shit is still here, at least if you're playing on a relatively small map like what we are right now. Our rotation got kind of busted, so I was gonna stay up here. I'm just gonna arc on this, try to trade into these guys. Still moving back while I'm doing it. I'm not invincible, but I am pretty fucking strong. Blaze has to go through my wall if he wants to leave. Now the falling sword on top of him, almost working. Great interrupt on the Junkrat ultimate is gonna stop that. He is stuck here now. And good poke as he goes behind enemy lines. Uther moving up, we just channel on him. Good damage here with Deathwing falling down. Things are getting a little more scary. And I'm kind of in a bad spot here. Let's see if we can wall this to make our life a little easier. All right, the enemy team fully reinforcing this top lane push, and they are going to get an objective of their own to start shoving. I'm a little out of range, and my auto attack is not quite charged. Ooh, shit. Get out of here. Cut it out. Cut it out. Stop it. I really miss old Tassadar. I just sound like a grumpy old man where like everything's different now. I feel like I sound like that in every video, at least recently. I mean, we did just cover Sylvanas, right? But Tassadar had such a special place in my heart. And I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get on board with the new play style. It's just not what I want. Okay. Deathwing, pretty overextended here, is going to use his Cataclysm to get away. I'm just going to channel on to this Spider Queen. Try to get it down as fast as possible. Let's make sure we get out of that fire, though. We are going to get feedback. This allows us to... Doesn't this make our shit happen more? Hold on. Gotta pay attention. I do have Archon if we need it. So far, I don't think I really need the shields. We're almost in a good wall position as well, but it looks like that's a little fleeting. Bottom lane getting pushed in. What's this do? When a hero is affected by a Sonic Storm, Resonance Beam slows them more. So all I have to do is put my W on an enemy, and then I can channel into them longer. And the thing is that we get free channels of our W just by auto-attacking with a charged Resonance Beam, too. So it's like we don't even have to think of it. Enemies are just going to be inside of our area of influence for longer. I was also messing around with Shadow Walk because I miss the Tassadar's old E ability quite a lot. And I do think Shadow Walk's okay. It's just not what it was before. At all. At all. And I have found that the slow on the W does help out quite a bit. I wasn't sure if that was the damaging more talent at 16 or if it was the 13 one. Friendly team does manage to get an objective off. Let's see if we can get our beam charged up here. Actually, Junkrat pretty far forward. I missed the Q against him, though. He is using his C4 explosive to get away. I wish I could just channel on top of the sippy cup, but I can't do that anymore. Even if it's invulnerable to damage, just let me hit it. Now, this is one of the weird parts that can happen. Because when we auto-attack someone, our cleave range is based off of what we're attacking's hitbox. So, for instance, if I attack this building, my beam can channel to anything that the building can hit. At least that's how this kind of thing used to work. This does kind of cause some problems for Tassadar. With the auto attack build, if he's just trying to hit a building while an enemy team is nearby it, you're going to be constantly getting aggro from that building just because you're damaging a hero underneath the tower. It's actually kind of a hindrance in some cases, and I try to be mindful of it, but you can't like tell the beam to not cleave. That's just what it does. It's just going to do that. There are some pretty satisfying situations for this, though, like right now. Difficult to see here, but we're just hitting these guys and forming a triangle with energy because it's cleaving between them. So satisfying. Playing on maps like the Infernal Shrines and going after all of those camps on that map that only have 3 enemies in them, it's just like beautiful. It's just beautiful to see. We do see Deathwing trying to get away, but the wall stops him in his location. and he is going to be taken down. The enemy team did manage to get in a turn in while we were doing that. How's Asmodean's stacks looking? Oh, pretty good, pretty okay, pretty all right. We're gonna go for Executor's Will. I think that's what this talent was called. It's just going to give us 100% of our beam energy on command, so we don't have to have this little build-up thing we've been doing to really get a huge power spike. The enemy team did a great job of pushing this wave all the way in. I'm actually going to take my sippy cup here and just try to throw in as many AoEs as we can. Look how much damage we're doing to Uther as he's just slowly moving forward. And he was being slowed down by the resonance beam there too, and there's really not too much he can do about it. Same thing here again. If I hit a minion, it's still hindering Uther from being able to initiate for his team, which I think is pretty strong. I'm not going to chase this team fight. I'm going to try to clear our lanes. Johanna already taking care of bottom. I want to take care of top. We want to hold on to this shit for as long as we can. And this is a good example. I'm going to go ahead and Archon here. Just get it out. Also get out of that fire breath as fast as I can. It was a good example because... Oh, would that have worked? Yeah, that was way too far. Good example of the Executor's Will because I was only at 9% charge, and that was a situation where we want to be at full capacity as fast as possible. So hitting that button and then immediately engaging on Deathwing there gives us a really big steroid to start that fight off, where normally we would have to channel this beam for, I don't know, like 3 seconds in order to get it going. The enemy team moving into the top lane right now. Looks like this is a pretty scary fight. Blaze on the front line getting a lot done. We're just going to channel into Uther here while we can, although it looks like our time in this fight is going to be a little fleeting. There's the zombie wall. I can't do too much about that, but we can keep channeling into them as they're moving up. And look how much we're actually able to slow these guys and totally stopping Deathwing's approach there momentarily. Now, there's not much I can do. They're going to take this building. I can poke at him a little bit. I don't want to give the Uther a free ult against me or anything like that. I can, however, channel into this monstrosity to deal some damage to Deathwing. So we were cutting him up just a little bit. But in my first few games where I was trying to learn this playstyle, I was just being way too aggressive with my positioning, and I'm trying to fix that as I move forward. We've done 107,000 siege, 41,000 hero damage in this game as well. I have 22 butts to turn in, and that's all our team has. So I'm going to try to get these in. The enemy team might be going to boss. We still see Nazebo on the map, but he's the only one showing at the moment. Deathwing spotted up there, and Nazebo rotating back up means we need to be up here as well. Cataclysm being used fairly early on. Let's see if we can wall in this Nazebo. Actually did the opposite, helped him get away a little bit there. Gonna channel on Uther. Archon coming out here as well. I'm gonna have to try to shoot and scoot my way out of here to the best of my ability, but good damage on these guys, actually forcing the ult from the Junkrat. Boss pushing top lane is gonna head straight to the core. I hope I can kill it. 3 members of the enemy team dead. We're just gonna channel. There's nothing too complicated here. Didn't get too much out of the Archon use there, unfortunately. This is it. This is peak gameplay. Stand still. Hit it with a beam. The enemy team does manage to get another objective while this was going on, but the core only sitting at 60%. That's certainly manageable. They are getting level 20 pretty quickly, though. And they are going to have 20 while pushing in with this objective, which can be pretty scary. My #1 priority is getting this catapult out of our base, because that spider spawns where the lane is pushed up to. So by clearing that before the spider got here, we bought ourselves a little bit more time in the top lane. We should be able to clear mid and then head directly top and clear that if we need to. In fact, I'm just going to wall here to try to keep this enemy back and then rotate up top to clear this. Losing that top building is not a big deal, but we don't want any more core damage coming in. He's looking pretty squishy. Pretty squish. Tried to get a wall up, didn't have it. Cataclysm being used just to get away. That's probably a net win for us as well. Bottom lane getting pushed in pretty hard. Let's see if we can wall anybody in. We do hit the enemy team's Blaze, but I took a shit ton of damage from something. I don't even know what that was. I'm going to go for Twilight Archon. Let's see if I can clear Furion out of here. Nice. I'm going to go for Twilight Archon, and I'm actually thinking about using it right now. Yeah, let's do it. This just means every time I auto attack, it extends Archon's duration. So I can clear bottom lane super quickly and then try to rotate up and keep something going on here. As long as I auto attack, it's going to keep going. Good catch on Nazebo. May have been a kill if he didn't have that ice block. Uther running into me. We'll just hit him with some damage as he tries to leave. And then keep these slows pressed against these guys as they're trying to move away. Anyone we can hit inside of our W is going to be a net positive. Now this Archon is going to continue to work as long as we keep pushing. So if I can get up to another minion wave relatively quickly, or even in range of one of these heroes, just getting an auto attack off is going to be pretty valuable for me. I don't really think the team should be leaving here, to be totally honest. I think that was totally achievable to get 2 more kills there. But I kept fighting after they left, so that's on me, I think. That's on me. We do have enough gems for the turn in, although turning it in with half the team dead is a little scary. A lot of tier 2 defenses still alive. We have a lot of minion waves pushed back into our base right now as well, so we kind of want to shove these out a little bit before we do anything else. Nazebo really overextended here. This should be a pretty easy pickup by the friendly team. And now that we have staggered deaths, it's going to be a lot easier to take some advantages on the map. I'm back up in 15. Azmodan turning in right now. That's going to be enough for the objective. When you push out top, push out bottom, we just want as much map coverage as we can. Top is the least important lane for us to push. I'm just going to spawn in and go to where the team is. Uther above us, that's fine. That means their defense is going to be even worse, and he can't really attack shit. I think we keep pushing. They're just trying to buy time for Nazebo to get back into the game, and we don't want that. We want to press the advantage while he's not in the game. This is looking kind of scary over on the right-hand side. We can just channel into Uther as he's moving away. Nazebo's going to be back up in a few seconds. Decent wall there, keeping Blaze away from me. I'm going to Archon here as well. We should be able to do some pretty good damage, especially when they're grouped up like this. Blaze almost completely taken down. Nazebo rejoining his team. Again, remember, it is important that we just continue to auto-attack. It doesn't matter what we're auto-attacking. Just matters that we are. Nazebo is stepping up kind of far here. The falling sword on Uther might finish him off. Let's just put a wall behind him. Shoot a beam at him. There we go. We still have Archon. We can still keep pushing. We can still keep pushing. Let's just move out of this breath a little bit. Blaze moving up to give me a new target to auto attack as well. You love to see it. Big damage on Deathwing in the back. Actually missed. I need to attack. I need to attack. Falling sword to cut off his escape. We've been keeping this going for a long time right under tower. This is excellent. I might be able to just step up and hit the building. Ooh, good wall. Good storm too. Shit. No, I'm dead. GG's, boys. GG's, boys. Our objective... Well, I don't mean it's over. I just meant that that death was gone. My life is forfeit. My life for ire. We did manage to get a pretty good push in the bottom lane that managed to take down a building. If the enemy team goes for boss, this is actually a huge benefit for us, because they could have just gone for the core. There are 2 members of the friendly team dead. They could have just ended the game. So the fact that they're not gives us a lot more time to come up with something to do. However, I need to make sure that we do not die here. We cannot lose anybody here. We're simply trying to delay the boss for as long as possible. Unfortunately, Azmodan taken down. I'm going to be back up in 20 seconds. The enemy team does lose their Uther, but he's likely about to resurrect as well. Nazebo pushing forward pretty far. They no longer have any damage on the boss. We lose our Leoric. Roots might slow him down here as they're pushing in, though. Nazebo actually doing our team a favor there. All right, we're gonna move up. Wall, press 1, try to slay. This is it. This is where we have to hold our ground. That's a real death on Uther. I am gonna have shielding coming in. I think I'm okay. Blaze's damage is pretty shit. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. They don't have any minions actually pushing in with this objective at all. So we have plenty of time here. They are in a position where they could turn in right now. And the fact that I don't see... Actually, I'll just say the fact that I don't see Nazeebo probably means they're turning in. But Nazeebo died. Nazeebo is DED. All right. God, we need a lot. I'll try to shove out top. If we can get a free building here, that would be good. Boss was also an option, but I think we waited a little bit too long on it. I think we would have had to have gone right when the enemy team was moved out of lane. Junkrat's bottom. We know Deathwing's attention is on me. And whoop, gotta go. I need help, need help, need help. If we can get a pick, this is actually pretty huge here. Nice. Ooh, I'm gonna Archon. Beautiful pickup on Deathwing. Beautiful. Put a wall here. Oh my god, Uther saved Nazeebo at the last second there. Okay, let's just clear this and take building. They still have a turn in, and all of our attention is up here. So I'm expecting it to happen soon. We can boss now. I have Archon. I'm gonna hit boss just to keep it going. I don't think this is a bad idea though with 2 down. They are going to be free to turn in during this, though. Team is really slow on moving to help here. Oof. I can tank it. Top lane's pushed out, which is the lane we want moved out. That could have been much faster, but that's okay. I need to hit this lane to keep Archon. Then I'm gonna move middle. Actually, I think we keep pushing. I think we keep pushing. Maybe not. We're kind of outnumbered here. I just have to keep Archon. It's so important. Uther's bottom. That's their free turn in. I don't think I could do anything with that. Look who arrived. I have spiders on me, which really sucks. That's some fucking targeted Nazeebo damage right there, and he probably has spiders again. He missed those, luckily. Oh, that's it. Oh, I don't think I can do anything else. All the damage I can muster. I just had to AoE with everything I had right before I died. That leaves all of the enemy team alive in the top lane because Uther resurrected. Damn. If Nazeebo wasn't targeting me with those spiders every time I moved up, I mean, we are a very stationary character, so I feel like landing those spiders, I'm the prime target for it. But just one of those jars was moving me back so hard. We did manage some big numbers in this game. All of their core damage comes from Nazeebo and Junkrat. If we can get them out of here, I think that's a real Uther death. Oh, that lightning's gonna do a lot. Yeah, GG, GG. So that's auto attack Tassadar. It's pretty okay. I really like how satisfying the cleaving auto attack actually is. The beam particle effects I actually think are so well done. And as the energy charges with it, I mean, I feel like that is premier Protoss right there. Really, really enjoy it. We did 35% of our team's structure damage. And all in all, I think the enemy team did a pretty good job. They stopped our advances pretty well. Talents I used in today's video: Kadarin Ambulance, that was hard to say, Plasma Shield, Arc, Discharge, Archon, Feedback, Executor's Will, and then Twilight Archon. That's going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Up next, we're going to take a look at the Butcher, and I hope you're looking forward to it.